You know, this is gonna remind me of a battle rap I saw.
What Fab say? I wipe all my tears before I put on my gloves, cause it hurt when you gotta kill a nigga you love.
Because this is real, right? I actually really like Kofi and Cam's content. I think they're dope creative. I think they're very creative, especially Cam with like his anamorphic type of content. I think the dude is dope. I do. It's things about his character that I'm not fond of. But him as a creative, he got it. Like that dude got it. Same thing with Kofi. This does not discredit who they are as creatives. My issues with them fall simply in characteristics of them that I don't find particularly likable. Now, just to add like a little context for you all, right? It's been a while since I've been on this channel. The reason I decided to come back and do this video on this channel specifically is because Shawn Be Nice was the only channel where I felt super comfortable with who I was, and I could say whatever I want to say without feeling so restricted. I run a video production company, which for the past, I've been in business now for 5 years, and out of those 5 years, 3 of those years, I've hit 6 figures consecutively. I've sold out movie theaters. I've hired people before to do jobs. Like I run a team. Like, you know what I mean? I've come a very long way since the last time you all seen me posting this channel. So, you know what I'm saying? Your boy has been doing well. I'm all right out here. Hell, actually, I think I'm in a whole new place from the last time you saw me as well. But my issue with Cam and Kofi is, number one, as bigger creators, you would think, you know, you all would kind of be like more so like big brothers to the shit, right? More so like, you know, you're not going to comment just on things that you feel like pertains to you or triggers you. You're going to comment on other of my content. Because I'm like, if this video pops across your timeline, it's not like it got thousands of views. I know that my other content is more likely popped across your timeline, in which you could have just said, oh, hey, man, love what you're doing, yada, yada, yada. But you all decide to only try to comment on things that triggers you. Most of the things that triggers you all is when I say things like, hey, YouTubers are schmoozing, or they're being bought out and things such as like that. And funny enough, Jared Undone makes his own video talking about how the camera review space needs to change. And oddly enough, I saw Kofi over there as well. And just for those who don't know, you know what I mean? Jared Undone, he's in the film world, right? He is a very good film reviewer from a technical space, and he kind of lets his expertise be known. Like, the area in which he's speaking from this camera is not me working the field, but just tests that I've ran here in my studio, which I've always respected. Hey, I can't even hold y'all. The way Jared Undone came through with that video though, bro, it was like on some, like, not calling out YouTube, it was kind of calling out YouTube. It was kind of like on some Debo from Friday type shit.
I'm Debo. Who? Debo.
I need to check mine in.
But he pretty much was talking about, for example, the new Lumix S9 that's out, how some creators were invited and some were not. And Lumix has a history of bad behavior in which if you're not talking positive about that camera, then essentially you weren't invited, right? They're not gonna rock with you. If you're not talking positive about Lumix cameras, they ain't rocking with you. So, you know, everyone's at Lumix S9 camp. Like I say everyone, but most people probably at the Lumix S9 camp usually have Lumix in a positive light. So that's probably why they were there, okay? That's the gist of what I got. Could be wrong, but funny enough, Kofi and Cam was there. So we'll leave that to be that. Now, my issue with you all is, like I said, the fact that you will only come to my channel when it comes to that shit, but like never nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sucker shit. I'm just gonna be real with you, Kofi, especially because when you started out, I think maybe like not started out, but I've been following your channel for like 2-3 years, in which I saw your progression grow, and I've commented on your videos and stuff like that. But never have it just been like, hey man, you know, at least I can remember where you just hopped on one of my videos and say, good job, love what you're doing, anything, right? Especially since how we are in the same space. That's again, this is sucker shit to me. And if something is triggering you, you know what I mean? Like, so here's the issue. I made it, and just for more context, I made a video saying that, you know, YouTubers do smoozing and they want to stay in certain businesses good graces, so they do certain shit to make sure they, you know, stay in line with them. If the shit does not apply to you, why even respond, right? If you saying like, hey, I know I don't smooth, I know I don't do that, my contracts look like this, etc., etc. If it does not apply to you, then there's no point to respond. Like, Prime example, if somebody said something like, man, DPs need to step their weight up, they're not charging enough, they're not doing this on jobs. If I know that none of that stuff applies to me, I won't respond. It has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about a specific group of DPs. That does not mean all, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's, to me, it's like you're having issues with videos like this or Jared Undone. Like I said, like typically when I see videos like this where there's a YouTuber discussing the YouTube space, you tend to get a little butthurt about it and, you know, comment like on, well, this is what I do, or this is not how it's done for me, or it's like, okay, bro, we get it. You are the unicorn. Understood. But there are other YouTubers who do not work like you or move like you. So you can't discredit what somebody else is saying just because it does not directly reflect on you. And I think that's the problem, right? YouTubers are, you know, it's instead of how America does everything, right? Instead of you looking at the bigger picture, you're looking at a very small picture, right? You're not looking at the space of being like, man, there's a common thread that people are starting to, you know, not trust camera viewers as much because of certain types of behavior patterns. You don't look at it from that perspective. You and Cam want to look at it from a perspective of like, oh, here's just somebody else hating on the YouTube. It's not that, dog. It's not that. And just to let you know, like, I'm not making this shit up. We could take some of your examples, Kofi. You've made a video about how the FX6 is a great camera. Then we looked up, you got the Red Komodo X. The Red Komodo X was everything that you dreamed of. It's the camera you wanted. It was time for you to grow. And then after the Red Komodo X, now you're gonna sell your Red Komodo X to get the Pixel 6K. Oddly enough, the Pixel 6K has the exact same sensor, which was in a 6K full frame, in which in your video of 10 hard lessons, you said that, you know, the ISO, the not having 60 frames per second and 6K and, you know, mini XLR and other things that you mentioned in that video about what your issue was with that particular sensor, that particular camera. You're just getting that camera again rehoused, and now all of a sudden you're gonna sell off your Komodo X, which was your dream camera. Like, that's the shit that we be talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. When you present things to us, we're taking your word for it. It's like, man, this got to be it. This is a great experience, and I understand that it's in your job to test cameras. We understand that, right? But every camera can be the best camera ever. This is kind of why I hopped off of this channel, because in the tech space, like with cell phones coming out, there were very incremental upgrades. You all are slapping the same LUT that you use on your 10-bit footage, and it's looking exactly how it did on the 12-bit footage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be, I needed the red raw. Why? You're using the same LUT that you used on an FX6. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say that there's a disconnect. And there's a difference between someone who does something on YouTube and someone who actually does it to make it for a living. There's a difference in how we view certain things. Cam, listen, my only beef with you, dude, is like, for real, is that you decide to hop in these conversations and you don't comment any of my other videos, right? And other videos, like, I drop nuggets, I drop fire, I drop really good content for people trying to run a video production company. You know, you don't hop on any of those videos and comment, but specifically, if you see Kofi, you're gonna say some shit. You gonna say some shit, and it's just sucker behavior to me, bro. Like, and I just was not expecting that from you. That's what it really is. Like, you know, to be real, I wasn't expecting Kofi. I can kind of see, but Cam, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Just because of how your persona is, it's a little odd to see you kind of with that behavior, bro. Especially because, you know, it's just odd. That's all I really got, cuz like that's sucker shit. I wish y'all would stop. I'm not gonna sit here and keep going back and forth trying to comments, and, you know, like my last video, I see my name was here, and then you sit there and say I was trying to backtrack. Just to clarify, y'all, I don't backtrack on shit. But if I feel like I've hurt somebody's quote unquote feelings, if you will, I was like, okay, I could have said this. I should have said this. I should have said, like, okay, maybe I should have said you know, not all YouTubers, you know what I mean, versus YouTubers. Like, and that's the thing, Kofi, like, what blows me is, like, I actually, like, I can say, like, care about your opinion to an extent. And I don't give a shit no more just because of the type of shit you've been on. But, you know, I never, like, kind of want to make you feel a certain way. You feel what I'm saying, bro? Because you and I, it's a rare space for this. It's a rare space for this. So I don't be on that type of time with you. But if you're gonna bring it to me like that, for those who don't know, if a black person say I got time today, that means they with the shits, and I got time today. That is my issue with Kofi and Cam. I'm not gonna go back and forth with y'all in the comment section no more. My opinion is my opinion. If you do not like what I'm saying, then look at the behavior in which YouTube has created for filmmakers. If you don't like that filmmakers, YouTubers are being looked at as like they're being bought out or schmoozing or whatever the case is, then look at why people are saying this versus attacking the people that are saying it.